As you already know, I graduated last year from the Federal University of Lafia. I didn't graduate with my mates. Shege I have successfully seen for the past 8 years being a FULafia student. Because anybody will pass FULafia, come out. I shall say, mental health not there, right? I have an extra year. Got the score of 170. I've not been an excellent student in sciences. I failed JAMB. That shattered my mom's heart, the dumb one. I had to change my course. Yeah, so the merit list. Users do test running. The school portal, shege number 1. Admission is going to be forfeited.
Means you're forfeiting your admission.
After the narrowest keeper I don't do. 2 weeks running strike. COVID came. The worst year of my life. I was going through hell as 2 years as a Federal University student, and then I failed physics 112. Classes run from 7 to 6 every day. Guys, people are sitting on the floor having to learn maths. I can not count the number of times I sat on the floor. I want shege with your mental health. I think be 6 points CGPA, 14 courses. I was skinny and thin I didn't feel that course. Obviously, help was coming from nowhere. Strictly invigilated. A 29 brutal experience. A dumb person. The deed has already been done. I failed. I got an F. What a B. With the same brain, body itchy. This tear and this goes like. Welcome back to another YouTube video. In case you're new to the channel, you're welcome. Join this one big happy fan by clicking on the red button to subscribe to the channel. I promise you guys that it's totally free. Do also turn on your post notification bell as well to get personal notifications from me when I post a new video. My returning subscribers, you guys are the real MVPs. Thank you so much for always sticking around with me and watching my videos. In as much as I'm so inconsistent, the year 2025 just went by without me being out there for you guys. But thank you for sticking around with me up until this day. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. How was the previous year 2025? I hope you guys had a blissful year, and I wish you guys the very best part of 2026, guys. So guys, in today's video, as you already know, I graduated last year from the Federal University of Lafia. I've been a creative here on YouTube for the past 3 to 4 years now. From 2022 August, that was when I joined YouTube, and ever since I joined YouTube, I have always been bringing everything about FULafia to your screens, guys. I've done a lot of videos, freshers guidelines, university diaries and all. Please do also watch them in case you're new. Those videos I keep dishing out for you guys are all the good parts about FULafia. I kept showing you guys the good parts, but I kept sugarcoating FULafia for you guys. But today I'm going to be so raw, so realistic. Like, it's gonna be an unfiltered conversation on the channel. But before we move straight forward, guys, I didn't graduate with my mates. I want to tell you guys the shege I have successfully seen for the past 8 years being a FULafia student, and what made me failed uni and hindered me from graduating with my set mates. Okay, grab your popcorn, grab your juice. This conversation is about to get interesting because I didn't guys the odds. You are an aspirant, you are a fresher, you are thinking about this uni. Please watch this before you make that decision. My fellow graduates, my seniors, my mates, or those of you guys that have graduated, how are you guys? How is your mental health? How are you doing? And how is the outside world treating you? Because anybody will pass FULafia, come out. I shall say your brain not your right, your mental health not your right. I'm sorry to say that, but that is the honest truth, because FULafia is gonna penetrate you. Anyways, enough of the blabbing and let's get straight into it. I'm basically going to be telling you guys what made me failed uni and hindered me from graduating with my set mates. I have an extra year. So if you don't want to be like me, Please watch to the end. I gained admission into Federal University of Lafia 2018, September to be precise, to remedial. Why I gained admission into REMS was because I never had my JAMB. I never had the intention of going into the university at the time because I wanted to go into School of Nursing. So maybe after going through School of Nursing, I would then go into uni to get BSc in nursing. That was my plan. That was why after I was done with secondary school, my WAEC and NECO, JAMB was never in my list to write. When I was done with my O-level exams and all, the result was out. Unfortunately, my WAEC was withheld. Yeah, the whole center, the whole school result was withheld. So then the sales of nursing forms started. I've shared this story a couple of times, so go and watch. When the sales of School of Nursing started, I didn't have my results, so I couldn't apply. My mom asked them, can I apply with an awaiting results? And they were like, no, I can't do that because they make the sales of form immediately after WAEC, so that freshers, like freshly graduates, secondary school graduates, can apply. Unfortunately, my WAEC wasn't available, so my mom decided that I go to Federal University of Lafia for REMS, since I can apply with an awaiting result. The story is about to get juicy. So in 2018 September, I resumed remedials as a 14-year-old. December of that same year, I turned 15. And 2019, July 7th to be precise. Yeah, I remember the dates. I rounded up my remedial program. I wrote JAMB 2019. I think I'm going to be realistic on this video. I'm not sure I got in any parts, okay? So I got the score of 170. And that was the cutoff mark as of then, 170 on the dot. Basically, me being in sciences, my mom pushed me. I love business, I love economics, anything business, banking, that's me. Social science is me. But my mama pushed me go science. So I've not been an excellent student in sciences, but a good student here. So in as much as she wanted me in sciences, my mama didn't want to make me like study medicine. I told her no. Then she said nursing no come work. She said medical laboratory scientist. So after remedials, my JAMB came in. I failed JAMB 170, and the cutoff mark for medical lab was 200. I was even so lucky to even get that 170. Like, that was the main point, their cutoff mark to gain admission into the uni. And my mom was so disappointed. She had broken. Like, and as of then, I think I had 3 of my cousins that were mates. One of them is my sister, and I did REMS. She got her cutoff mark. Then 2 of my other cousins are the males. They got more than 200. 2 of them medical lab science, and the other got engineering. I was supposed to also go for medical lab science, so that shattered my mom's heart into a million pieces. Like, I'm the dumb one. It is what it is. I had to change my course to science laboratory technology, hence why I studied the course. So we're supposed to resume in 2019 September, but unfortunately during my remedial program in 2018 they were on strike. Remedial is not part of the ASU, so they were not on strike, but like the main students were on strike. So basically remedials, JAMB, you're just like SS4. That's what I call myself then. When they resumed, they had to get back on track with the academic calendar, so we couldn't join them that same 2019. So we moved to 2020, but where 2019 says. So I got my admission January 7th, 2020. So God so kind, in as much as I got the list score 170, my admission came in the merit list. Like, that was the first list, and I got admitted. That is when FULafia started happening to me. I came to school for Reg. I think it was during our set that they changed the portal, but they didn't even change it before we resumed. Basically, they use us do test running. Now it will be first set for this life thing. Oh my god, I don't even wish it on my worst enemy, because even my secondary school days were the first set and we suffered a whole lot. I will get to how I suffered in secondary school being a first set subsequently in this video, but let me not jump into it. We came in, JAMB gave us admission And the mom came to school and said them, okay, I've gotten admission, or what are the processes she should comment. And they said, okay, she should go ahead and pay acceptance fee of 10,000 naira at the time. Then you go ahead to pay your fees and start paying other charges. So we pay in the bank, then we bring the teller, change it to the school receipt. Then after we did this, like 2 weeks later, they now say they have brought the school portal. The school has to give us admission. JAMB admission doesn't guarantee us being students of FULafia. I see one has break with it just dropped there. Okay, shege no power. You can't see the kabosh, another kabosh that I can't get admission for school portal. I got the admission and the admission started counting down like in the next 7 days. If you don't accept your admission and pay the acceptance fee, your admission is going to be forfeited. I was like, which acceptance fee again? Acceptance fee I've paid already. And we kept coming to school every day, and like some of the staffs were so mean, and we're like,
if you cannot pay another one, it means you're forfeiting your admission. Go prepare for another JAMB.
I said JAMB that showed me shege. Lying. It's not me and you were writing JAMB. After the narrow escape, what I don't do. Last, after the whole back and forth that lasted for almost a week, then they validated our payments, but that's like transferring our payments into the portal, and that was okay. We completed our reg. I resumed school, started school. That was like around February. Then I resumed February, March, boom, another shege. 2 weeks running strike. Went back home like play. We were counting days. Okay, 2 weeks running strike. We're going to resume. Then COVID came, lockdown. So it lasted down till I think October of that same 2020. That was like the worst year of my life. People say 2020 is the best year, especially for content creators and all. But me, I was going through hell. Story for another day. I am not digressing. Then October came. We're done with COVID, so that we can go back to our normal lives. Then we continued with ASU strike, which lasted till the following year, 2021, March 11th was when I got matriculated. I don't know why the date is in my head like this, but like say my second degree go there, history 2021. That's 2 years. 2019 since I used in the shege, I don't see. These current final year students now, the current 400 levels, and guys, you don't know what God don't do now. Since when they came to school, you've never tested strike as a Federal University student. Guys, you need to thank God specially on another level, because I tested strike twice that lasted for, the first one lasted for a year, the second one almost a year. But you guys, you're graduating. Congratulations to you guys. We started school proper. I wrote my first semester exams in May of 2021. Then the results came out around June, July, and then I failed physics 1-1. So that's the practical aspect, guys. Okay, let's even forget about results first. Let's go back a little bit, guys. If you see the stress we undergo just to get knowledge. Classes run from 7 to 6 every day. There's no rest, and Saturdays you go for tutorials. From like 4 to 6 is normally practicals, biology, physics, and chemistry. 7 a.m. is GSTs, and GST is the whole university students offering the course, but like in a class, it can be okay, the whole faculty of science will be in a class of, let's say, 300 seater hall. Guys, people are sitting on the floor. Some people will come late, the lecturers will chase them and all. Like, God, let's not talk about having to learn maths. We use the 500 seater hall. I think maths, I think they joined both faculty of computing. Then it was still a department, the whole faculty of science, of medicine for maths. These are general courses you offer in year 1. We offer, but now your curriculum have changed. When it comes to math in auditorium, 500 seater hall, we sit on the floor. Like, I can not count the number of times I sat on the floor to get knowledge into my head. maths and GST classes. Guys, I saw plenty shege. Just the number one shege. Is it not enough to mess with your mental health? The curriculum has changed. You guys are flexing. GSTs are online. Basically, your lectures are even online. Exams are online. Tests are online. Oh my god. I say I didn't mean I come for this when I era. Waiting be 6 points CGPA. I be 10 points if you are not pickets. Like, you guys are enjoying, like, you are really enjoying. We were offering, I think, 14 courses. Like, for me, being a laboratory scientist, like, I offered, let's say, from 14 courses down to my 500 level. It was in 500 level I started offering 9 and 7 courses. 9 for first semester, 7 for second semester. Lots of shege. Like I see my schedule, from 7 to 6 I'm in class. Tutorials on Saturdays. Which time do I have for myself? You see how skinny and thin I was. Then those came. I failed physics 1, 1, 2. And guys, that course, I don't want to say much about it because I know deep down within me that I didn't fail that course. The lecturers were really not nice. Like, they really traumatized us. We give you a little gist about shege we saw with physics.
So hey the berries, welcome back. NEPA happened, but we are back. We're currently running on Gen. Pardon me for any noise. That's why I'm currently using my other phone for the sound, so that maybe I can get a clearer sound with the phone I'm recording. So I was talking about my physics 121, practical physics 100 level. Why I failed. The technicians that took us, to be honest, they were not nice. They were so strict. Like, okay, now I'm taking you guys back to my secondary school gist that I was telling you guys about. I came from a secondary school where we were the first set. In my junior year, we had to go write it in another school because my school didn't have a center, and it's a private school, one of the best secondary schools in Wamba local government area as of then. Trivet Montessori. Yeah, I'm talking about like 10 to 13 years ago. Like, I was even the first student in that school. So like, even my junior year, we had to go to another school to write it because we didn't have any center. So when I came to SF section, I was a science student and we don't have labs. God bless my teacher, Miss Eze, that always makes us go to another school, that was science school Wamba, to conduct biology practicals. But physics, chemistry, I never had access to any of the labs till I finished secondary school. Though we didn't have the center then, so my mom had to take me to another school where I wrote my WAEC. And in this school, that was when I got access to laboratory equipment, because they had to teach us what we're going to be expecting for WAEC and NICO. Obviously, help was coming from nowhere. That was when I know the equipment in the labs. Imagine having this background. What was my saving point was remedials. That was when I had access to all labs, all practicals and all. Then coming into 100 level, okay, imagine I didn't go to REMS. I'm coming straight into 100 level with this kind of treatment. Tell me why picking no go fail. Though I know I didn't fail. 500 students, because the whole Faculty of Science students were taking this course. College of Medicine were taking this course. Faculty of Computing were taking, though they were in departments then. So imagine the number of people. We have just 3 laboratories to use. And wait, physics has just 1 lab. They borrow other labs. That's how they do it. When it's time for this person practical, this person will borrow. They borrowed chemistry and microbiology lab to conduct the experiment for us. Each technician was to 1 lab, and let's say, okay, in a lab we had 150 students. Imagine how choked that lab is going to be with 1 technician having to explain an experiment. And the place was so noisy, the technician being frustrated, we basically talked to the people at the front bench. How are we at the back going to cope? Though me, I don't used to be at the back, because I told you guys that I had to even sit on the floor in some classes just to get knowledge. How are people at the back going to cope? Then after they finish explaining, Whether you get it or you don't get it, they don't care. In front of your bench, you have this equipment, this apparatus, this apparatus, this apparatus. Conduct experiment 1, and the technician is out. But they normally group of, so like maybe 150 people in a lab, but maybe they'll divide it into 2, so maybe 75 people in a lab for like a particular time. You conduct it. What you don't know. When I was in rent, how we used to do it is, after like we have conducted the experiment, they let us go home with our manual, so try to solve it and bring it back on Monday. So they give us the grace of the weekend for 2 days. But when I came to year 1, we do it like exams. When you're done in the lab, you're heading to the multipurpose hall, and you will be strictly invigilated. Invigilation where they like saying an exam, master's degree exam, like that was how strict. Security will be there, lecturers, technicians will be there to supervise you on what you don't even know, and they will give you limited time, like 30 to 45 minutes, to plot the graph, to solve your questions and all. To be honest, I don't answer those questions. All I know is I plot graphs because I have knowledge from secondary school about plotting graph. I plot graph and I submit. When you're even done, they're already shouting submit. After they have tortured you, tormented you with invigilation, you dare not even borrow a calculator from your neighbor. Talk more of you're trying to get knowledge, and this is practical. This is where you're supposed to learn. And tell me, if you are being treated like this for the learning process, how are you supposed to cope for exams? Then I think we conduct like 5 experiments throughout the semester. Then they take the best 3 for your assessments. In as much as I know they do well, but if I'm taking my best 3, I think my best 3 should be like, let's say 29 to 30 over 60. So that's like half the mark. I do well, I don't do well. Exams came, and to God who made me, if I no read for that exam, make I die like right now. There is no reading within reach. I could remember I didn't sleep the whole night. It was a group reading we did. Fatima, Halima, in the hostel, in Fatima's room with some of her roommates, because it's a general course, so all science year 1 students were reading for the course. It was an interactive session. It was even Halima that taught us like all the experiments. Like I learned it, I kept it in my head and all. We went for the exams. The exams was another brutal experience. I won't complain about that because it's an exam. So obviously they are supposed to be strict, are supposed to be serious for your exams, right? Tell me why the result came out, even if I am a dumb person, with how I learned this. 40 is supposed to be our pass mark to get E, and I already have 30 in my assessment, or 29. Mind you, that 30 na me, no be say I copy work, na me get them from classwork. Tell me, how dumb am I that I can't even get same 30 marks in the exams, or even 20? If I'm getting 20, that will be getting C. Tell me why I'm getting an F, and they recorded 29. That means they didn't even record my exams. When I saw the result, I took it in good faith. My mom used to have a friend that works, I don't want to call his office here, so I used to go to visit him and all. And he was like, is your results out? And I told him, yeah, what was my points? So my 100 level results first semester came out. I got a GPA of 3.13. I told him, he said, that's good for his stats and all. Then he was like, hope there's no issue, no carryover, the grades are good. I was like, yeah, the grades are good except physics. He said, which physics? I said, practical physics. He said, practical physics, what happened? What was the grade? I showed him. He said 29. He said, like, how you did not write the exam? Like, why are you getting 29 for this? I was like, I don't know, I wrote exams, and this 29 is what I got in my manual. And he was like, okay, I should go meet the coordinator. I went. After all the whole back and forth, she said there's nothing they can do. Senate has approved the results. I should take my results in good faith. Basically, let her even advise me. If you are in the university, it's not all about what you read and all about what you write. It's all about how you pray. Like, it's a collaborative effort with how you pray to God, because uni no be child's play. Like, you have to really pray, because they said they are moving, like, it's on the portal, and basically we're the first set, so they were still trying to like get used to handling results on the portal, so that from their department, is like a sheet. What do they even call that sheet? Is it data sheet? So like when it gets moved from their system to maybe the faculty to the senate, it keep moving. So maybe my result moved to someone else's result, because maybe from a higher system to another system, and like it's a compilation of results. So she was like, I should just take it in good faith and go and pray for next time, but the deed has already been done. There's nothing that can be done about it. I failed. That was how the matter died. I go tell my uncle, he said, oh yeah, now no wahala, just pray and read for next time. Tell me, how dumb am I that I wrote that exams in 100 level, I got an F, and I wrote it in 200 level and got a B with the same brain? How dumb am I? That's a sight. Shege number 2, number 3 aside, just be counting the shege for me. If this video is too long, maybe there'll be part 1, part 2, part 3, but I'm going to be telling you guys the whole shege I faced in Federal University of Lafia. Okay, so stay tuned. Then second semester came, so I was like happy, kiniko, I can get 3.13. That means result is good, academics is good. So what is we can make it, you understand? I felt relaxed. And another thing was the health sector in FULafia. Like, God, I don't know for now, maybe they have improved, because since they've changed your curriculum, things are getting better. Fine, but one of the shege I saw was the health aspect. The mosquitoes were much. There was a time where our pumping machine got bad. There was no light. Guys, they were fetching water from the river in Faculty of Science to come and pour it in our drums. The water storage that brings water to the tap, they pour it there. Guys, this happened in my 200 level. I bathed with that water. I had body itchy, like my body was on fire, whether I'm outside, in public, in my room, like to the extent my roommate started like looking at me with this stare and disgust, like, what's wrong with you, bruh? Like, that was the life I lived due to the health challenges in the uni. For that whole semester, like 3 months, I experienced that. I went to the school clinic itself, like they didn't even give me anything. So I had to go to a private hospital outside. They were the one that treated me. There was no injection I didn't take, no tablets, no cream I didn't use. It did not stop. Basically, I am taking treatment and still using that water, apart from high typhoids and all. I came back home to bathe with my house water. I feel peace till today. In 100 level second semester, the health, sometimes you go to the clinic, they'll tell you there's no this injection, there's no that, you have to go get it outside. The hospital I use in Lafia said, let me even tell you guys, for aspirants that are coming, or for a viewer watching, I use police clinic. That is the hospital I use if there are no medications to attend to me. Like, I always do police clinic. 100 level second semester came, I was sick, coupled with the fact I was relaxed. I felt, Daniela, you can do this. So I wrote the exams, and that was the beginning of my failure. Like, I failed drastically. I didn't carry over any course, but the grades were bad. C's, E, D, those were the grades I had, and I got a GPA of 2.5 something. So plus the 3.1 to 3 summed up together, divided by 2, gave me a CGPA of 2.17. That was my CGPA. I dropped. I was so ashamed. I didn't even tell my people at home my results, because I was like, Daniela, from 3 to 2, it doesn't make sense. So that one, I feel it's my fault, right? Well, the torture from lecturers was something that also contributed. Is it microbiology department? Is it physics? Guys, my favorite department in Faculty of Science is chemistry. To be honest, forget the fact that I studied that course.